my chair. So guys, have you guys seen that trailer for Indomitable?
Abominable.
That's what I said. Adorable.
Jeff, it's abominable.
Indomitable.
Abominable.
McGonagall.
Abominable. Don't worry about it, Jeff. Come on, guys. Let's get into our gear and watch the movie. Hey, wait.
What the?
What the?
Where'd my sack go?
How did you change seats?
Movie magic, my dude. Movie magic.
I don't get it. Okay, let's go, guys.
Kidz Review Crew!
Welcome back to Kidz Review Crew. Today we'll be watching and reviewing Abominable.
Abominable is about a girl named Yi who is going on a journey of a lifetime with an unlikely friend.
Let's go.
Okay guys, welcome back. It's been a few weeks since we last got together as the Kidz Review Crew. Everybody's back in school, I guess?
Yeah.
Everybody excited?
Yeah.
That's not so enthusiastic. So, what's everybody starting? So, what grade are you in?
I'm going into, well, I am in grade 7.
You're grade 7.
I am in grade 8.
Grade 8?
5.
5?
And now I'm in grade 7.
7. Excellent. Well, that sounds exciting. Everybody's all settled in and learning lots of good stuff.
Yeah. Algebra.
Algebra. Very fun.
Isolating X.
Algebra.
Nice.
So fun.
Excellent. Okay. Now, one of the things that I noticed about the film, and I want to see if you guys notice, is that this isn't sort of your typical setting. Most films that you know are cartoons are generally set in American or Canadian or European cities. This one had a different setting. Did anybody identify with that? Where was this at?
China.
Asia?
Yeah.
China.
Yeah. Did that create an additional interest in terms of the different look and the different culture?
Well, I actually really liked it. I don't think it's like a huge difference, like, because like we see different cultures everywhere. So it's not like, oh my gosh, it's not something crazy, you know? They're just people, and it just kind of gives you a feel because we don't really have cities like the one in Abominable here in Canada or in the US. So I thought that was very cool and added a lot of like diversity. And it was just
That is pretty
interesting.
neat. Good answer. Good answer. Andrew, what do you think?
Well, I think it was pretty cool seeing different parts of the world instead of, as you said, most movies taking place on the Western Hemisphere. Now we were taking a look on the Eastern side of the hemisphere. It was pretty cool. I was actually catching up with the countries that were shown. I was keeping track on where everything was because they needed to get to Mount Everest, which is in Nepal. They go through a couple of countries like India, China, and Mongolia as well. Yeah.
I hope that your geography teacher is watching this episode because that would probably get you an A by itself. Sadie, what do you think?
Funny you mention that.
Yeah, I liked that it took place in China, not like other movies that takes place in like Canada or US or whatever. But it didn't make that much of a difference for me because they're just like people and the towns might look a little bit different, but it doesn't really affect the story.
Yeah. Great
Exactly.
answer. Great answer. Ethan, what do you think?
Honestly, I find the nature there like really pretty. Like it's beautiful there. So the change in scenery was nice.
You can only do so much in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody, has anyone been to China?
No.
Nobody's been to China? One of the things that I thought was really interesting is, especially for kids, is seeing you know, that we heard earlier that, you know, people are people, kids are kids, basically. But there is some cultural differences, obviously. Did anybody pick up any of the cultural differences, maybe in the families, that sort of thing? Anybody? Sadie?
Well, I mean, the foods were different.
Right,
The foods that they were eating like dumplings and stuff.
Don't give a list because I'm really hungry.
Okay. Yeah.
The names were different. I mean, those aren't names that, you know, typical American names. But I thought they were really cool and unique. And, you know, there's a million characters named Charlotte, but there's only one Pang.
Night-night.
You need to spend more time here with your family.
Oh, where are you going?
Be back before dinner.
Be careful out there.
No boy.
Got it covered. Bye.
I just want to escape. Dad always wanted me to travel the world. Someday.
Okay, guys, who is this movie for? And in addition to that question, is it co-watchable? And I'll just remind everybody what co-watchable means. Is it a movie that parents would enjoy watching with their kids? Or is this one of these ones where the parents would prefer to sit in the lobby eating popcorn? So why don't we start with you, Sadie, since your mouth is open.
I think even though it is a cartoon, I thought it was more of like a mature cartoon. So like my little brother who's 4, I don't think he would really understand it because it had a bit like more mature concepts than some other cartoons. And yeah, I definitely think it's co-watchable. I think my mom would definitely enjoy it, and same with other.
Would you think young children be frightened by anything in the movie?
Maybe, but I don't think it was really that scary. Just depends on the person.
Well, I think that younger kids probably wouldn't be frightened. My brother, there's in the beginning, like the quick beginning sequence where it's like where the Abominable Snowman like breaks out, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's dark and there's like tranquilizer darts.
How old is your brother?
He is 8 years old.
8 years old.
And
did you feel it was appropriate for him?
I think it was appropriate for him. He watches Marvel movies all the time, but depends on what kind of kid it is. It might be the kind of kid who is like scared when it turns dark. Or it could be that kid who's like, look at that, it's an explosion. Though I'm saying there are no explosions. There is one person who falls off a cliff. But that's
Are any ducks harmed in the making of this film?
But there were some roosters harmed.
Oh no. Okay, let's go to you, Ethan. What do you think? Now you are our senior reviewer today at 13 years of age, and sometimes there's that disconnect between kids that get to be your age and animated films.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think, and also in terms of your own age group. Do you think that your demographic would enjoy this movie?
I actually like the animations. I feel like some people around like 13 and up might not want to go see it, but if they actually go see it, they'll enjoy it, that type of thing. And if I had to put like an age bracket on it, I'd say E for everyone.
Rated E for everyone.
So I think that this is a pretty co-watchable movie. So if I were to put an age bracket, like you said, I'd probably rate it E for everyone as well.
Rated E for everyone.
But maybe like a rating 6+, because there were a few scary scenes that I know would have scared me as a 6-year-old, but nothing terrifying.
Okay, let's talk about the characters themselves, other than the human characters. Does anybody identify with any of the characters?
Pang.
Really? Why?
Pang is like my spirit animal. He's just, he's so like funny and like happy-go-lucky, charismatic. He was so naive and innocent and just so funny. He just did the silliest things, and he was so lovable.
Sort of like Andrew.
No.
whimpering noises.
I really loved Pang because he was just so cute and silly. And I also really liked the grandma, but I don't know why I liked her. She was just funny.
Yeah, she was comic relief, that's for sure. She's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
It's a grandmother everybody wants to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially one that makes dumplings.
Hey, boy. Or girl.
Yeah, you're definitely a boy.
I'm getting like lots of really positive comments about this movie. Is there anything you didn't like in the movie? Like, what were the weak parts of this movie? Andrew.
There were a bit of
Continuity.
Thank you. Continuity issues. Because one scene, they're getting pelted by blueberries. They are all head to toe purple. Next scene, they're absolutely fine. Not a stain. Then later on, we see him get mud on his shoes and oil on his shoes.
I pointed this out. Yeah.
Yes,
and
thank
in
you.
the image later in the credits, in the credits, you see him standing there and his shoes are just white.
Yeah,
Just back
brand
to
new.
normal.
Brand new.
But I have a question for you. Do these continuity issues take away from the film for you? No. Or they're just interesting, they're interesting points
I mean,
in the film?
There were
interesting things to point out.
I felt like it didn't really take away too much, but you know, after those parts, I just kind of sat there thinking like, how would that work? Why doesn't that work? And I guess I kind of missed a bit of what was happening, just because I was pondering why did they choose that? That can't work.
Well, I personally, I don't feel that continuity issues take away at all. I find them really quite endearing, and sometimes they add great value to the show. And frankly, as a filmmaker, I have great sympathy for those that make continuity errors.
I didn't really care about the continuity errors because, I mean, it's a cartoon. We all know it's not real, so if there's something that isn't real in it, who cares?
It wasn't
Well,
really.
they do.
It wasn't really the continuity. It was like the shoe thing didn't really bother me, but it was more the part of, you know, that is physically like that. Even in a fantasy world, that should not make sense.
Right.
You know what I think it is? Magic.
Movie magic.
Movie magic.
Movie magic, my dude. Okay, so I'm not getting a lot of negative feeling about this film whatsoever. So that actually leads us to the next section of the film, the rating time.
Yeah.
Do you like what I'm doing? Do you like what I did there? Little fanfare? No? Let's start with you, Sophia.
Here, how about our system today is pork buns?
No, that's going to be tough for me because I am so hungry right now, but go ahead.
I think I rated 4.45 pork buns because it was a really good movie. I really liked it, but I mean, it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. The continuity issues were small, but I definitely feel like they added into the factor of not the 5 stars. It was an incredible movie. I definitely recommend it, but it wasn't my favorite.
Okay, Ethan.
Yeah, I'd rate it like a 4.5, 4.5. I thought the movie was great. I love the animation, the change in scenery. Kind of liked how it was a magical Yeti and not just a normal Yeti trying to get back. That was interesting. It was nice.
Okay, Sadie.
I would rate it 4.25 pork buns.
Wow. Okay.
Because I thought it was a really good story. It wasn't my favorite, but I mean, trying to think of something bad about it and I can't really find it, but for some reason, I just wasn't my favorite.
Okay, but
But I still liked it.
4.25 is still pretty good.
Yeah, that is actually kind of high.
I know, I really liked it.
And Andrew, what is your pork bun rating?
Okay. Everybody will think I am low, but everybody remember, 4 is high.
Okay.
So I'm saying 3.5. 3.5 because the continuity issues were small. There were some things that I truly didn't really enjoy. I kind of thought that the character, what's the name of it again? The extremely too funny one. Pang? Pang was a bit too much of comic relief. Same with the Yeti, was a bit too much comic relief. And I really enjoyed the magical abominable snowman.
Abominable. You're Jeff now.
What? I liked to see it earlier on. Maybe I've captained a virus. Thanks for watching, and that's all, folks.
Make sure to follow us on social media.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Catch us next time when we review The Addams Family.
So that was great, guys. You obviously like the film. It sounds like it's a strong recommendation for people to go and see Abomination.
No. It's abominable!
When will you learn? When will you learn?
I quit.
Adorable. Astronomical. Appellation. Abominable. Astrological. Abdominal. Appendix. That's it. Appendix.
Here we go, and action.
Thank you so much. I think that that's really good advice for the viewing public. And I forgot what I'm supposed to do. Thank you so much for your comments on Abominable. That's the right name of the movie. Thank you so much for your opinions on...
Abomination.
No, it's Abominable.
I think it was. I think.
Great.
Cricket, 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 cricket.
Waiting for the thing to stop.